So this is how I propagate my basil plants, and actually this whole plant is a cutting I propagated as well, but I'm going to cut it right here, then strip off these lower leaves and then even these leaves and maybe just leave this top little cluster and then stick it down in this pot and then pack in the soil around it. And you can saran wrap the top. It helps a little bit so that it holds in some more moisture and they don't dry out, because if they do dry out it will die pretty quick. So this is what I'm left with that I'm going to actually be planting, and as you can see I snipped off all of those leaves and then most of the top growth as well, and I took all this off from it. And then I'm going to stick it down in here. You can use a rooting hormone, even like aloe works, or honey and cinnamon if you don't actually have any rooting hormone. And it looks like I'm going to add some more potting soil to cover up to about this point, because I want to bury this other node right here as well. And then because this is over the top of the pot, I might just use like a store bag or like a Ziploc bag or something to go over the top so that it's going to seal in that moisture. And then I'm also going to be putting this in my bathroom inside in the shade, so it doesn't get any direct sunlight, but it has an even temperature, and so it doesn't get too hot and to cook the cutting and it dry out and die that way, because it can be really common that happens. And then also if it's too wet outside and if it gets any water up through the bottom, it can rot them pretty easily too. So usually it's ideal just to have your plants inside that you're propagating. But then also sometimes it's nice to have like bottom heat, and that's why they have like heat mats and stuff for propagating as well. But you can do lots of things like this without actually needing one of those. Another side note I forgot to mention was that I'm not adding any water to this damp potting soil that I have planted it in, because it's really easy to rot them out if this is too wet. But just keep an eye on it. If you start seeing this wilt a good bit, maybe give it just a little bit of a splash of water in right here if it seems like it's really dry on the surface. But usually for a few weeks, especially if you bag them, they're just fine. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching.